this microphone been unmuted the entire time? I was totally just in another room. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna unmute the microphone and say something witty. But it's just been fucking on. So that's cool. It's very quiet around here. So, like, hi. I guess I have to turn off the good music. Turn off the good music. And turn on the funny. Makes me a little sad. I do have noise suppression on, so that's probably it. So I'd like to just get out of Legend 3, and then I don't even know if I'm gonna push for Legend 1 or 9999 in the current state of the game. Because I find it pretty frustrating at the moment. Let's play some Big Idiot. Hey, why don't you just play the Sonic racing game that you like and that you made instead of the one that you are becoming increasingly frustrated with? Well, you see, I played that other one a lot. And I still kind of emotionally feel like I need a fucking break. This is a fascinating set. Extended Slipstream, Drift Charge Kit, Level 2, Level 3. That's kind of confusing. AMD hardware software absolutely sucks for noise suppression. Sounds like I wrapped a towel around my mouth. I definitely just use CPU algos for that. I don't use NVIDIA stuff at all. Because I still fucking hear about people who are using RTX voice getting fucking piped into the AI Family Guy dimension here and there. And it's like, I just don't really want to deal with that, you know? Alright. Damn, of course I start yarning the moment I turn on the stream, right? That's frustrating, but probably doesn't matter all that much. Okay, so literally everybody in every room. Like, that was 4 out of 5 people taking that route. I guess I could marginally increase my win rate if I started going for that. Wow, that's the slowest laser ever. I still don't know how power items work. I didn't realize what warning that was. And then I forgot what kind of cut I was taking, so I just fucking mowed something for no reason. I should probably hang on to this and try to, like, actually slip up to first. Yeah, go ahead. Use the fucking tornado on the quick recovery guy. Do it! Kill me! Murder me in cold blood! First and second are, like, kinda gone. Alright, so that's 2 lasers. Back up to 100. Not the greatest line ever taken. Damn, this truck lasts forever. Uh-huh. I wonder what that... I don't even know where I placed. How's the racing been so far? Crossworlds is significantly worse than I remembered. So 5th place. I have some unfortunate news about where my rating is and what this does to the algorithm. 1 point for 5th. So life is good, I would say. I definitely don't want to die. any more than the usual amount. Thank you, Envy. Clearly you need the paddy wagon. I'm so fucking sad SpongeBob is in here. I couldn't even finish the festival rewards. The new track is so fucking frustrating to me. I just didn't feel like it. I went and I did something else. And I hate all of these courses, so we'll random and let God sort it out, right? Man, what a mess. Got your head, SpongeBob track or Minecraft track? It's close. Yes. Good horn. That track brought us that horn, so I feel like I owe the SpongeBob track a debt. Yeah, the Fortnite-ification of everything is kind of a drag separate from the fact that this game is, like, currently not very fun in strong online rooms. I'm, like, sitting down and giving it a good session with, like, a clear head to see if it's as bad as I think it is. Trying to keep an open mind on this one. I think people just got better. I think, like, most of the people left playing the game actively know what's good and know how to, like, use the edge cases of the system reasonably well. I do get a little bit tired. I see Magic the Gathering discussion cross my desk, and people are like, "Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with my Azula deck. She's such a strong commander." And I'm like, "This doesn't bother you at all? This would bother me if I gave a shit about anything that Wizards creates currently." It bothers me in the abstract a bit, I guess. Man, so much bad stuff on this turn right now. Like, I didn't pass anyone, and I went from 8th to 3rd just because the fucking pack is that close. I don't know what the fuck I was doing with that level 3, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. North Star Islands. Terrible entry. Random cycle determines that I missed the item set. But I think I muscled through a slipstream there, which is like, that's gotta be frustrating for somebody who feels like, oh, I saved an item to take this cut and overtake, and then I just drive at them. All good. Oh, they were A-. Cool. Superlative. How is Luminous Arise? The greatest puzzle game ever made. Easily. Free. I don't think it's a perfect game. I think that, like, in particular, the song selection is, like, it is a little bit like Tetris Effect in that it has slightly too many beautiful emotional ballads about universal love. and in general, the faux spirituality of it is, like, slightly cloying in my submission. Does it fix the DAS being too fast from Luminous Remastered? Yep. But also, there's a patch out for that. There's some guy with a fucking patched DLL on the Steam forums for Remastered. That's like a fucking high refresh rate problem, as I understand it. I think the handling in Arise is a little bit worse than Remastered. There is no safety period for soft drop into hard drop in particular, so you can get double drops at high drop speeds like in Hard Journey. And I feel like the DAS and ARR could use some tuning. Luminous has that very wide playfield that means you're doing a lot of single tapping. My expectation is that it will get some post-launch support. Enhanced people have been pretty active on the forums talking about their plans. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think I like Burst Battle as, like, a multiplayer rule set, but it's a very strange one. Games versus matched opponents can go on for a very, very, very long time until somebody basically gains a tempo and manages to burst twice to match their opponent's single. Arise is all new stuff, as much as I would love to hear Mondo Grosso or Eri Nobuchika. Licensing, you know how it goes. The fact that I was allowed to get that counter drift with, like, only one of my wheels on the ground is sort of astounding to me. There it is. Kill me! Kill me with the tornado! You won't! You absolutely will. Yeah, I might have made the wrong move holding on to this for as long as I did. Is it always going to drop me at the end of the transform section, or... Yeah, I might just lose. Look at how many people are right next to each other there, man.
Has one of my systems broken down?
A single game lasting too long was also an issue in Remastered. Yeah, that's the thing about, like, the main attraction is Journey Survival for me. You can do, like, a shorter set in Journey mode. You can do a set of 4 or 5 skins and get graded on that individually. But I still kind of feel like the main thing I'm sitting down for is like, okay, at least 1 hour. It's funny as hell. Remastered is still worth it for Take a Dog Out a Walk. Yeah. Remastered is still worth it for Lights. One of the 3 times a video game has just made me start bawling for no reason. I have spent some amount of time with every TGM game, and they're sometimes food for me. I really enjoy the time I spend with 2 and 4 in particular, but, like, it's very intense for me. It's one of those things where, like, I do 2 or 3 attempts on fucking normal 2.1 in TGM4, and then I put my controller down and I shake my hands out and I like go for a walk. It's just, whoa. There is a strange... Arise is interesting. Because specifically in Burst Battle and Journey, it is extremely forgiving compared to prior entries. Because you are allowed to... that bump was fucking brutal. You are allowed to slice a block before it's entered the playfield. You don't just top out if half of your block is making contact with something on entry. Which makes it a lot easier to deal with single color columns. I don't know why I threw that. Mostly unmotivated. And obviously, burst mode makes it considerably easier to deal with, like, checkerboard type patterns and other, like, buried multi-layer structures. Which is, like, the entire point. It's there to add a recovery mechanic. But the result is that a lot of, that hard journey basically achieves its difficulty through, like, tight drop speeds and, like, really extreme timeline speeds. I swear I never had a reticle for that slicer, man. It's... I feel like I'm playing this game like it's blackjack. You just don't care whether you win or lose. You just play good EV and, like, believe that your decisions have importance in the long run. But then, like, you go to the challenges in Arise, and the challenges are fucking tough. Okay, second no-lock slicer. Third no-lock slicer. Got Slipstream tornadoed. Missing that set is pretty rough. I'm out of practice. That's gonna be down to the wire.
Good performance.
What's the Crossworld's equivalent of card counting? Bagging, unironically. I know where one of the drills is. It's in my inventory.
Superlative.
Set up a situation with good EV and then bet big. I feel like I've never struggled a lot with social media because most of the things on it are actually just dog shit. Like, I also think I did my burnout of, like, extremely extrinsic validation seeking psychopath behavior when I was a lot younger. Where it's just, oh, giving a shit about how many people click on my words is bad, actually. And I've experienced this in such a visceral way that now I don't even think about that.
Nice!
Get banned does help.
Nice!
What's the funniest way to get banned from a social media platform? I'm ass at TGM games, but I play them for the piece sound effects. Also, Sonic Drop greater than Hard Drop. I like Sonic Drop. I thought it was weird for the longest time, but I started appreciating the way that it makes, like, tuck maneuvers feel really, really natural. And there's a nice rhythm to, slide over, adjust from the edge, flick up, then down, repeat. It's like, it's very mechanical. I feel like I'm interacting with a fucking cash register or like the cockpit of a fighter jet. I mean, I guess I don't consider stuff like Discord to be social media because I don't really use it for that. I like occasionally wander into interest groups, but for the most part it was a way for like people I already knew to hang out, and then occasionally people I already know go like, hey, this person seems like they might be a good fit for whatever this is. You know what, I'll just cut and trap this for lap 3 and see what happens. I wonder if that'll still be there. Yeah, like, I don't really understand the mentality of people who are like, oh, I'm gonna use the public server discovery feature on Discord. Like, why? You don't know any of those people. I didn't actually know where it was, so I just dumped 2 items for no gain. That's one of those things about Crossworld's item defense. It feels like the sort of game that would normally have, like, the Mario Kart banana drag defense, but it seems like they didn't want to do multimodal items at all. Getting shoved around like crazy there. They wanted everything to interact with a single button press. And I mean, it's not like I don't understand the perks. Fucking take a shot every time I see a new Ring Racers player try to figure out how to get rid of Bubble Shield and realize it's a hold input, you know? That felt like my only chance to hit someone who might have been a UC user. So I feel like it might have been a reasonable attempt. I wonder if my magnet's still here. God damn it. Okay, magnet is still there. And affected no one. So, like, vote now on your phones. Do I deserve to place 10th in this race? What's your personal opinion?
Inadequate performance.
Do all Legend 2 players go to mahjong heaven? I hope so.
Acceptable.
I bet the magnet is in a completely different place for the other players. You're probably right. You're probably, it's like really deep into the off-road, or like on the road after it, and somebody ran directly through it and destroyed it on everybody else's screen because of 2-layer desync. Yes, because you're not playing Ring Racers. Ha ha ha. Should I play some Ring Racers after I rank up today?
How's it going?
How's the MS doing? Hey, that's some people. It always makes me happy to open up the server browser and see a couple servers at the bottom of the list that are just hosting 2 people. Like, hey, people are dueling and enjoying Duel. That surprises me. That mode's fucked up and fucking horrifying.
Hello, everyone.
Thinks he's going to rank. I'm so close. Look at it. I'm so close. Oh yeah, while I'm thinking about it, I was like noticing that when I lean extremely back or forward, sometimes I disappear from my camera strip, and I like briefly created this with the aim of like potentially moving the chat down and tolerating a little bit of corner overlap in order to get a wider camera, and ended up not doing it, and I kind of don't know how I feel about it even now. Dual channel's so hot. I really appreciate somebody doing that. And also, it abuses the shit out of the default server list system, which is, it puts all non-empty servers at the top, but then sorts them by reverse player count. And because dual channel is a listen server, it always has one player who's on spectate. Shit is genius. I'm really jazzed that people have been enjoying that. I think a lot about, like, the degree to which the dual rule set produces 1-minute 4-0s that feel like they have no counterplay for the weaker player beyond being better than they are. Didn't happen. Oh, that sucks. At least this isn't a terrible angle to mow that.
Dinosaur jungle.
It was a straight entry, so I took a guess on that fucking slicer. I'm like, it can't possibly be curving. Getting pushed around like crazy, dude. I couldn't quite make it far enough out. Power sets are kind of fat. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Now, why the fuck a monster truck was this far forward is kind of beyond me. That jet must be on a trick set, right? The things that I was seeing did not look human. Alright, slicer for slicer. That's a rough place to drop. And missing the set besides. Wait, did I hit? Okay. Alright, so this is pretty bad. Missed another set. Low on rings. Didn't straighten out in time to block that. And missed another set. Alright. Did it not go off? Oh, right. It's not fucking tornado. It's void. So it actually locked the slot. Fucking, I'm sitting here thinking about a completely different game when I activate that item. Still 6th. This is astounding.
Unacceptable.
There's a Salty Bet website for Dual Channel? That's hot. Hell yeah. Did you play Birdcage? That shit is so ass. It was aight. Birdcage looks so hot, and then I see like 5 different people whose opinions on games is like usually similar to mine going like, yeah, I don't know, man, it's a regular game. And I still want to give it a shot. I think something with that degree of presentation style is always gonna like live rent-free in my brain until I experience it first person. It's not good. It's fine. I do sort of think that, like, people are learning weird lessons from treasure games in the abstract. That's not a post about anything in particular. It's just like my observation that anything that cites them as an influence or obviously uses them as an influence, it doesn't guarantee anything about the way that that thing actually works. Hey look, the game demanded that people have like even a modicum of handling ability and I'm in first place. Weird how that happens sometimes. Why don't people pick the stage very often? If only there were a way to know. I guess there's just no way to figure out why people don't pick the stage that rewards driving. Can I exit trap this? Is it even plausible? Okay, by the way, the entire race is behind me, so, like, that trap might be for lap 3. I tapped brake for that, and I probably shouldn't have. I was wondering about taking a 3 through here. It seems like it's a decent way of approaching things on, like, a zero-drift investment power car. Those, like, half-drift counter-steers feel kind of bad because you do actually lose a bunch of gauge. But I think a timed speed for a good exit sometimes feels like it's more valuable. I bet that didn't even hit the person that it hit. Yeah, they're right there, man. Doesn't count. I trap in front of the double boxes at least to try and catch somebody. Alright. Absorbed 2 first place hate items with that. And then took the hit from the red glove anyway. My trap still here? I threw that forward thinking that it wasn't going to go 10 miles, and it definitely did.
Good performance.
Have you played Bikini Bottom yet? I played Bikini Bottom like 10 times in Festival and then just turned off the game and didn't finish the rewards. I got the terrible kit, and that's all that I needed.
Superlative.
Yeah, the thing that I heard about, like, that raised my eyebrow immediately was, like, scoring being a full game chain, which is just like, oh! I'm not usually a super scoring focused player. I like... My angle for engaging with scoring systems and shmups is largely to, like, squeeze them of the fucking light pulp extends. And then, like, put down the strats for a while. But that shit is a great way to ensure that I don't play something for score. I think the game that I've played the most actively with any actual, like, intent to score well in it is probably Zero Rage or White Vanilla. Just short and sweet mode. Scoring objectives are straightforward, go really fast. Destroy a bunch of shit and go fast. I have that horrible curse where I don't like... I like to play the game with my mind active and, like, thinking a lot about how to improve things, but I don't like to section away practice. And so games that ask me to do, like, explicit routing, or, God forbid, actually save state to stuff, a lot of the time I lose my motivation there. Actually, I've been trying to work out... Luminous Arise has scoring on your profile for each area of Journey, but it doesn't separate it between easy, normal, and hard. And I think that might be because hard mode literally just lasts longer. You can make more total squares in hard mode before it is over. Which is like, okay, that makes sense. For the highest possible scores, play hard mode and play a longer round. That makes some sense, right? Except that easy, normal, and hard also have graded scores both for survival and for individual sets, with objectives that are calibrated to that level of difficulty. Just for fun, I decided to trap that entry and see what would happen, and the answer is that I lost 3 places. Yeah, I'll just get into the air for this one. I feel like I've been getting pushed around more recently. Hi, Porter! You still playing fucking Melee Trophy animation, Jokerman? Or are you a Patrick main now? I definitely popped a defensive item reacting to generic reticle with, like, absolutely no regard for what it was or whether it was likely to hit me. Because I feel like I can't afford to wait, you know? It's like if I think about the warning that I'm receiving, sometimes it's a point-blank slicer, and I just lose. Oh, you're Yakuza Man. This actually seems like the ideal set of items to, like, play for the win here. But also, Porter is absolutely just going to tornado me on this turf.
I'm the greatest video game player in the world! Hooah!
This game might be kind of bad under certain circumstances. The trick is to take kind of an outside line and boost as early as you can, because you want the entire time you interact with that cut to be covered by the tornado. If there's any time you're trying to muscle into the inside there, these are all terrible courses, by the way. If there's any time you're trying to muscle into the inside and you're not protected and you're not screwing up everyone around you, you're fucking fucked. You're done, kiddo.
Hello!
What's your issue with Wonder Museum? Clown ending, primarily. It has a little bit of the Water Palace thing going on, where it's a big cuttable section of off-road followed by a completely unbroken straight, where everybody can see and lock everybody. So the requirements for winning are either to be ahead and to be invincible and not get passed by a power item, or to, like, take the cut and then not get hit by anything on the entire fucking 3,000 meter straight. It's the fact that it's a really, really long straight afterwards. Like, really long. You think about something like North Star, and it's like, even though it's got a bunch of really powerful cuts that make it kind of suck ass to be in first place, like, the actual ending is usually relatively orderly. And you compare that to something like Minecraft Festival, Minecraft World, where the overwhelming trait of the track is like the final 25 seconds are a no-control straight line. Wee. So, are we taking any bets for, like, what the first balance patch is gonna look like, by the way? I'm gonna look at the double box here. Because people have been saying it's like, oh, they're doing Legend competitions soon. So obviously they're going to do a balance patch. And I'm like, no! The balance is going to be exactly the same when they turn Legend competition on. Are you out of your mind? Sega running a live service game doing responsive updates? I don't fucking think so. Kind of my fault there, but, like, this is, like, sort of outrageously bad.
Finish! Expected time frame not met.
I have a bigger issue with the jump that takes you back to the overworld. You literally cannot defend yourself there unless you have a shield, so ass. That's kind of the thing that I'm talking about, though. Like, there's basically no driving in all flight sections. The route you take does not matter. There's very little way to distinguish yourself from other players in a way that awards you with distance away from them. And then after, like, the entirety of lap 3 is a flight section into, like, 1 second of ground driving, specifically so they can put you on a no-control ramp, right? You're on a long-ass fucking ramp jump that is, like, hard-locked to a lane where getting hit significantly slows down your transition back into the overworld. And then it's an extremely meager, mediocre left turn off-road cut into a straight. So for basically the entirety of lap 3, nothing happens that has anything to do with your ability to control your vehicle. Why are you driving a Cybertruck? It's not a Cybertruck, it's got too many fucking polygons. First balance update for Sonic Crossworlds DJ Close Fierce Forces Standing. Okay. So I've been thinking for a while about what the funniest thing they can do to the balance is, and I actually think they should do exactly what everyone says should be done. The two most common suggestions I see are nerf or kill ultimate charge, and, like, some variant of either, like, remove the cap on catch-up items, or, like, make them limit 1 or give them a timer. And I think, like, basically every single person I've seen suggest any kind of substantial balance alteration to the game has inadvertently created a meta where Big Idiot is the only viable set, and that just tickles me. I think that would be a beautiful future. Because it's not just two ways of playing it. It's not just ultimate charge or item swappers. Slipstream is also strong. It's just that Slipstream is not really compatible with the way the ranking system tightens up, you know? Where, like, in a regular fucking game, the system would be set up so that if you finish low in high ranks, you lose a lot. But instead, this game is like, nah, okay, you can basically never lose anything substantial from losing. So instead, we just make your wins really, really small and narrow. Which means that, like, even though your average placements are better than people near you, if you're not, like, regularly taking top 2, then stuff like the 9999 push becomes extremely difficult. But, like, that doesn't mean Slipstream sets are bad, and it doesn't mean that they can't affect the meta in a very negative way if their two primary predators are immediately removed. Just imagine a world where everybody is driving the set that I'm driving right now, where the entire premise of the set is that if you're behind someone, no, you're not. Beautiful sequence there, by the way.
Perfect mission.
In my experience, used like 3 laces worth in Legend 1. Yeah, what I'm saying is that, like, I think you should get a modest amount for first and second, and a very, very small amount for like 3, 4, 5, and then at 12th, you should lose like 100. That's how I think high rank should work, because I think being able to reach 9999 is a bug. I think that is an indicator to me that if anybody can cap out the ranking system, then it's a fucking wank fest about increasing your number and retaining players, and not about the ability to, like, measure your race results. Let me go get the Tenho ranking graph. Tenho.net ranking. Here we go. Fucking, 4-player here. Plus 60 for first. Plus 30 for second. 0 for third. Minus 120 for fourth. This is what I want. This is the utopia that the liberals want. Fucking South Games. 90, 45, 0, 180 minus. I think that's a beautiful world. Like, the fact that the system is upward biased until Legend 5 and then just, like, becomes prohibitively slow instead of really meaningfully being negative is just irritating to me. It feels like it's designed for something bad. Is this a ridiculous take? Like, if you've played the game for long enough that you've gotten to fucking top ranks, I think you can emotionally handle getting Shadow Realmed in 12th place. Okay, but seriously, like, this set is obviously not bad, right? Like, it's not as good as some other things. But I happen to think it is perfectly capable of producing good results, thank you very much. That's pretty unsatisfying, though. And then I get passed by 8 people! Somebody actually threw that forward. No kidding. I actually do this. That route was probably not good. It's so interesting playing, like, sets with 0 drift investment. That might not have actually hit anybody that it said that it hit, because you do get a little bit of conditional invulnerability when leaving travel rings. But I was hoping that I had waited for long enough. My brain just completely shut down when I saw that reticle, and I didn't know what to do. I'm gonna be 100 with you. Holy shit, is that the real Shadow the Hedgehog? Triple green glove, huh? Okay. Well, happens. Rank information should always be invisible. Okay, Mr. Yaga, let's get you to bed. I think that, like, rank can serve a purpose when it's displayed, but I do feel like it being invisible by default is healthy. Because in a world where people don't make video games that prey on people's fucking buggy reasoning and base instinct in order to retain them, In a world where people try to design ranking systems for the fucking good purpose of a ranking system, which is like allowing people to fucking assess their own ability and allowing a matchmaker to organize fair games. So basically in a fucking fantasy world, right? Then, like, obviously you should be able to show people your rank, their rank in those circumstances. But also, like, rank shouldn't be displayed like the fucking experience on your character in an RPG, because that's not what it's designed to do. I've talked about this before, so you guys are going to have to hear it again if you've heard me explain this before. But one of my favorite ranked systems that I've ever encountered is Battle Right, where Battle Right had two primary matchmaking queues, ranked and unranked, and didn't tell you that the ranked queue and the unranked queue are actually one gigantic pipe that every single player is fed into, regardless of what you choose. The difference is that there are two numbers on your account, and if you click unranked, it uses number A and doesn't show you rank information. And if you choose ranked, it uses number B and does show you rank information. But it was absolutely possible to fight teams of people who were playing ranked while you were playing unranked. And I think that's fucking great. In a world where I could start over from first principles, fucking every single game would have only the ranked queue, and then every single fucking replay played by anyone in an online game would be a forcibly... It would be a forcible piece of public information that would just be attached to their name forever, and viewable by anyone in, like, the fucking Fantasy Strike Fantasy Plus interface, or, like, something like Dota Buff. We don't live in a world that allows that, but Battle Right allowed me to imagine one where we were kind of close. I wish boats were a little bit more dynamic. I miss Hydro Thunder, I'll admit it. Wonder how many problems I cause here. Okay, hit no one, got it. The netcode kind of just doesn't support you trying to interact with your opponents. It's, like, actually incredibly difficult to organize an item interaction that explicitly benefits you, that isn't about blocking some gigantic wide attack. Broadly speaking, trying to deliberately attack other players is kind of a losing proposition, specifically because the netcode just doesn't actually show you where they are, and doesn't show them where you are, so your attacks just don't work. Like, the amount of things that you see on stuff like the Metal Harbor ramp there, or Aqua Jungle, whatever the fuck's, Red Dash Rings on the final turns. The amount of jank that you see there should be telling you something.
Superlative.
It's like, I don't... Because I don't believe in the way that Dota does it, really. I think the way that Dota does rank is beautiful, where basically you just start at a number, and then you're allowed to go up or down, and every single time you win, you go up by 25, and every single time you lose, you go down by 25, except in extremely rare circumstances.
Greetings.
It's like, I think there is a beautiful simplicity to that. It is completely honest, it is completely transparent and auditable to the player. It makes total sense. but it unfortunately has the calibration problem, right? Where a new player jumping into ranked competition for the first time is objectively getting better as they play, but as the system places them in the correct context, their number goes down. Player sees number go down while player skill go up. Player goes, what the fuck, what is real? And responds to the conflicting feedback by, like, accusing Riot Games of organizing global 50-50 matchmaking, which is like, yes, that is the point. If you are correctly calibrated, you should win 50% of your games and lose the other 50%. That's the point of matchmaking. That's the point of having a skill rating. My brain hurts. And so the alternative is the Street Fighter system. Listed the Street Fighter V, the Street Fighter VI system, where the ranking system is positive bias to start, so that the player never has to see their number going down, but then becomes slowly more negative as they rise. So, like, it is basically impossible to go from silver back to bronze. It is only nominally possible to go from platinum back to gold, but it is absolutely possible to drop out of master. That kind of thing. It's specifically the conspiracy that you get matched with bad teammates to make you lose, which is a little beyond belief for me. The thing about that is that in order for that to be true, they have to believe that out of the 10 players whose ratings need rigging in their game, they are the most important one every single time. That it is okay to float the entire enemy team above where they should be, specifically to crater this one guy. Like, when you think about the effects of what it does to other people's ratings, it breaks down. Unless the rank adjustment happens in a way that doesn't make sense intuitively. Unless the same people can play the same game and have their rank rise and fall by different amounts. That's what allows that conspiratorial mindset to take hold. The entire idea of hidden MMR, and the idea that the system is trying to drag you back to where you should be, is like the root of the Elo Hell conspiracy. And it's not even entirely a misunderstanding, right? Notice how I just didn't give a fuck about my entire race result, by the way. Because a lot of modern rating systems will use your rating value and then a confidence value. And the confidence value is whenever the system predicts you're going to win and you don't, or whenever the system predicts you're going to lose and you don't, your confidence value goes down, and the next time you play, your rating moves by more. The system is trying to figure out where you are, so if it consistently predicts the results of your games wrong, it goes, this person is in the wrong spot, move them to where they need to be. And this handles Smurfs, it handles people who come back after long breaks, etc., etc. When you see a calibration period in a modern ranked game, almost certainly the calibration is just hiding your rank for 10 games and setting your confidence to a very low value. Does the latest Call of Duty really not have skill-based matchmaking, by the way? Did they actually pull it?
Accelerate.
Yes, and it's terrible. How fucking cowardly! So we're back to the Xbox Live Modern Warfare 2 experience, where sometimes you actually just get put into a room full of 10-year-olds and go 45-0, but sometimes you are the 10-year-old. Like, that's never gonna hit anybody. I throw it because I want items to, like, impact the race in some meaningful way, but, like, it's strictly bad for me to do that. I should always hold it to protect myself. But, like, missing up on hit opportunities to protect myself and then, like, getting no-lock slicered feels so fucking bad, right? And of course, out of everybody at the front here, I definitely needed to be hit by that more than anybody else, despite the fact that as it was happening to me, I was in 3rd place. So many little things like that, where, like, weights snapshot people who are no longer leading, that type of thing. Like, that person was completely unharmed by my slicer. And it's like, it's not unfair that that happened. I am conditionally immune to a bunch of items that I never see, for the same reason that my slicer didn't hit that guy. A bunch of items don't hit me, and I have no idea they were ever thrown. But it's like, what is the point of having the mechanic at that point, you know? Green glove. I predicted the monster truck, which basically makes me better.
Inadequate performance.
It was all content creators leading the charge against skill-based matchmaking, if they have to play a player and challenging game that doesn't impress their audience of iPad kids. It was that, and then there was a surprising contingent of, like, second-string esports brained losers. Usually I can muster more nuance than that, but on this particular point, I have no fucks to give, right? It's like the gaming equivalent of the temporarily embarrassed millionaire. It's like, I am actually better than the entire population at this game, and the only reason that I ever don't win my games is because I have been placed with a morally reprehensible class of players, the Sweats. You see, when I dominate my games and use all of my applicable mechanical skill and game knowledge and tactical planning, that's just me having fun. But when somebody does the exact same process at a slightly higher level of fidelity to me, and drags me down to, God forbid, and even KD, because these people practically fucking fetishize that particular statistic and treat, like, 3-to-1 as the floor. That's a Sweat. And they're evil, and they're ruining the game. Just incredible stuff. I feel like it fundamentally comes from a lack of empathy. And it's extremely convenient for me to feel that way because it provides a framework by which I can feel righteous anger and justified superiority to people that I've never met, whose positions that I probably don't fully understand either. But, like, Mom, he started it. Just, on a weekly basis, I think about the forum mod who took me aside when I was, like, fucking 11 years old or something. 11 can't have been right, I was probably, like, 14. And it's like, hey, you have been behaving pretty badly. I get it. I, like, completely understand why this is happening. So I would like to invite you to consider the following proposition. People on the internet are also people with, like, rich inner lives and emotions and experiences and memories. Just, like, in case you hadn't considered that idea before, I think considering it will, like, make you a better person and make your posts suck ass significantly less. And I read this and I go, oh. Fuck. And I feel like a lot of people, in retrospect, did not receive an experience like that. Dude, that fucking glove is gone. That shit is out of here. Have you ever said what post led to that message? I don't even remember. It became so unimportant so quickly. I wanted to early tornado. I might still be in first. I wanted to early tornado to make sure that I got the opportunity to take the cut. Lack of empathy leads to neutral skip mentality. Alright, RM. What is neutral skip mentality? Tell me all about neutral skip mentality.
Superlative.
The new League buzzword, which is soft inting, which they use to describe what people do when they go 0-3 in lane and mentally check out of the game. They're so right for that, though, right? Like, that's a real thing. I don't know if I'd call it soft inting, the same way I don't know if I would call, like, an empty jump a fake tomahawk. That's a real thing. I want to see, like, a major team-based game actually sponsor some kind of data collection on, like, okay, let's hypothetically say that a person was intentionally placed into the wrong rank. Here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna take your median Grandmaster player, or whatever, and we're going to place them into bronze, and we're going to give everyone in all of their games rating amnesty and a little bit of premium currency. Because that game is not something that should have happened to them. And we're going to publish data on how long it takes them to get out and what their win rate is while they're doing it. Because there's that other mentality, the, like, as long as we're talking about ranking systems, there's the I can't get to diamond, but if I buy a diamond account, surely I will stay there. Are you sure? Are you certain? Calling things neutral skip, assuming that advancing attacks which require decisive answers is somehow separate from the phase of neutral. No, you see, when my opponent, when I mash drive impact on all of my opponents, on all my opponents' normals, assuming that they're going to cancel, that's me making a read. But when my opponent DIs after blocking my low forward, assuming that I'm going to cancel, and I do cancel, they're an autopilot brainlet, and they're carried by the system mechanics, which is a fucking hilarious phrase, by the way. And this is what's wrong with fighting games.
Greetings.
And I feel like so much of it just comes down to the idea that if I didn't notice my mistakes, that means I didn't make any mistakes. And that means that if I lose my games and I didn't notice myself making mistakes, something bad happened. Somewhere in the system, something went wrong. Someone is not where they're supposed to be. and we should reorganize society. And by society, I mean the North American League of Legends ladder, to place me where I deserve to be. Where I assume I deserve to be. And it's easy to bag on people who behave this way because they're, like, reprehensible losers and that we should, like, shove them into lockers. But I do want to emphasize that I think we are creating this class of person when we design number go up ranking systems where, like, the number that determines your fair matchmaking values is treated like your bankroll in a casino. And, like, no, but seriously, why did you create that guy, Spider-Man? Why did you create him? It's like, we can in fact create video games that encourage people to engage in a healthier way with the entire concept of improvement. But the esportsification of everything... Like, some people just shouldn't take their rank seriously. Some people aren't going to get better at a game without a significant change in mindset and investment. And that's fine. They're entertainment products. Having to set that goal for them coercively through framing devices, and then punishing them for failing to meet a goal that was imposed upon them, is psychopath behavior. Because nobody playing League of Legends trying to get fucking out of Diamond or whatever, none of those people are even going to play for, like, tier 3 teams. Their median tournament winnings will be $0. Their median profit from League of Legends will be negative, because they will buy high refresh rate monitors and glass artisanal mouse pads and whatever else the fuck. And, like, this time I'm not even shooting down. You should look at my room. That's an arcade controller back there. I shouldn't have that. Thanks, Twill. So why are we treating these people like they're a part of the esports ecosystem? They are some guy. Collectively, all of them are some guy. Oh, that sucks! Can you believe that? Ah! The most brutal item ordering.
Expected time frame not met.
Ugh.
Unacceptable.
Yeah, so as you can see, my rating gains have slowed down a bit. And I think part of it is because I'm starting to get pretty high, but also... Part of it is because I'm starting to get pretty high in the rankings, but also part of it is because, like, the remaining population of players is just better. It's become more difficult to rank up because people are playing better. They've identified the narrow slice of the game where, like, your actions actually make sense and largely stay within those lines. I've never actually done a marijuana.
Agreed.
I've told this story 100 times before too, but after like a 48-hour layover, the first words that Wes said to me when I got in the car getting picked up at the airport were, "You need to do weed because it will give you empathy for stupid people," and then proceeded to relay to me how, like, while high out of his mind, playing Dota in a bot game, he went to the secret shop and couldn't decide what to buy, so he put his mouse down and pulled his chair back and walked out to the living room and took another hit and thought about what to buy at the secret shop for 45 minutes. And I'm like, wow, it does sound like you were extremely unintelligent during that time. Underclocks your mental CPU by about 60%. That seems scary. I, like, drink modestly, and I'm so fascinated by the fact that I'm, like, slightly warm and my brain doesn't work normally, that I spend the entire time drinking talking about how I'm drinking. So it's like, on the one hand, improvement, even in stupid leisure tasks like video games, is both cool and based. It is fun to embark on, though not even infrequently frustrating.
Hey!
And it makes us better people to be able to set intrinsic goals and devise plans of action that involve using your brain and your determination to arrive at those goals, to model abstract systems and manipulate them into behaving in ways that suit our aim. It is a deep human desire to do this. I feel strongly about that. And it is fun as hell, and we should expose everyone who is receptive to that thing to it as often as we can, because it makes better people. On the other hand, you are some guy, you are not Faker, you are never getting signed with even a tier 3 team. Why do we make games that inspire you to yell at Eastern Europeans about the op? I don't think those two things are a contradiction. Any individual video game is not video games as a whole. They are allowed to have design goals and shit. But I do feel like there's a tricky multipolar trap in terms of, like, the set of conditions required for a game to be, like, highly competitive multiplayer, right? The amount of fucking bankroll and man-hours and marketing that is required for a game to receive the type of player base that satisfies people who want to be in fair games, regardless of their skill level, and know that the game has, like, robust competition at the high end, to know that it is a pursuit that is deep and rewarding enough to be worth embarking upon that fucking journey. Note that I don't think all of those are requirements for something that, like, can be treated seriously as a competition. But it's like, inevitably that's some variant of the fucking conditions that are going to be considered, right? And then you compare that to, like, the types of people who are going to make multiplayer games that don't abuse the player on purpose. And that Venn diagram has a very slim overlap. It's like a plank length. I figured I'd take a shot with that slicer. Hey, it actually connected, no kidding. Oh, this is dangerous. Yeah, I didn't actually get my off-road immunity from Omochao there, because probably somebody grabbed one of the rings. Yup, okay. I probably just should have played it safe.
Inadequate performance.
Just did many things can exist at once. No, only one thing.
Unacceptable.
The less someone thinks about why they're playing well, the better they are. This is particularly the case for online games. You gotta get out of your own head. I think, so it's a two-step thing, right? The process of getting better at games is like the process of adjusting out of local maxima and then letting your brain do the job that it's supposed to do. You deliberately pull yourself out of play patterns that seem optimal but might not be optimal. You deliberately make the choice to try unorthodox tactics or unconventional strategies or things that are outside of your comfort zone. And then you do those things deliberately,
Let's go.
but the doing of them is semi-automatic. I've talked a lot about how I feel the most important component of improvement at basically any skill is getting fucking decent sleep and nutrition, and that sucks and it's not satisfying for people. Because we have the narrative that we want to fucking... You want to sit down at your fucking computer in pitch darkness with a fucking case of Mountain Dew and blast hard bass and grind for 20 hours. And then at the end of it, you come out with your hair looking like you fucking touched a Tesla coil. And you now understand how to play mid. But, like, the reality is that you just play a small number of games over a long period of time and then, like, stay in good physical health and, like, sleep a lot. And then, like, suddenly you just play better. You take in the knowledge, you take in the tactics, and then no visible improvement happens, and then suddenly you play better. It's so real for so many tasks. And of course, some of it is time. Like, when you control for the other variables, people who, like, get more good practice in than other players are going to, like, see better results than those players. But that qualifier is good practice. I got item locked by the magnet. That is fucking terrible. It's okay, though. 11th isn't even, like, a bad position to be in, right? Not until lap 3. So how long do I hold on to this, I wonder? So that guy's gone. Probably about now. I'm not running extended, well, I am running extended slipstream, but there's, like, not a ton of places to use it well here. I considered lasering the water section versus lasering the flight section. But I figured getting into the water section ahead of everyone is kind of like one of the most important things here, because people can just collide with you in a way that kills you in the water section through no fault of your own. Yeah, it's terrible, but it's fine.
Expected time frame not met.
I think explaining how game processes work well like you do and playing those games well are two completely different skills. I definitely don't think they're unrelated, but, like, it is sort of funny to see how, like, extremely strong players can have that sort of functional illiteracy about what the game mechanics are actually doing to, like, shape play patterns. Like, I think a holistic understanding of games makes it easier to improve at them. But, like, doesn't inherently give you any of the other accessory skills. And, like, when it comes down to it, so much of the process of getting good at any game, at any level, is the process of moving things from, like, conscious task to subconscious task. Where all of the things that you do to make you stronger than other players happen automatically. You've created the situation that allows those tasks to be moved into the back of your mind and automated and forgotten about, and frees up some space for you to think about other stuff. And whether you use that to think about what item you should buy next, or, like, whether you left the stove on is kind of up to you. But, like, I don't think it's slander to say that, like, extremely strong players who are, like, considerably better than the developers at achieving the objectives of the game, can be, like, completely blind when it comes to modeling the parts of the game that don't, like, relate to getting results. That shouldn't be a surprising result. That's just, like, these are different things. But it does keep jump scaring me. That's astounding. That was a beautiful sequence. When people are like, just have pro players balance the game in sort of the same cadence and with some of the same, like, completely unearned confidence as higher fans Lamau. Like, we absolutely needed strong player feedback for tuning 2.4, which was a lot of the motivation of not just the release candidates, but some private tests we organized later with some competitive players, when, like, wanting to do successive iterations on the release candidates that needed a spot check in terms of values before they went out to a wider audience, just to save us the trouble of re-releasing again. But, like, the utility of that is mainly just, let's see what strong players do in this environment. Let's see what affects their behavior and what they're capable of doing in this environment that we didn't consider or didn't consider strongly enough.
Unacceptable.
I do sort of think at this rate that I would probably have to play a stronger set to get significantly past Legend 2 in a time that didn't make me want to die. Maybe I can play, like, the Ring Booster, though. I'll drop Quick Recovery and see if it can give me some more distance.
Hello.
That's kind of cute that they did the lowercase i's in the Bikini Bottom tile. That's like, okay. Fine, sure. The other element, I guess, that I don't think people talk about is that tension and stress are useful but also disruptive elements. I've said for a long time, and I think, like, a lot of strong players in various disciplines seem to back this idea, that you want to play with a wide variety of opponents. People who are as good as you put you into, like, tense situations and give you, like, a nice balance of stuff to work on. People who are significantly better than you check your fake stuff and show you, like, opportunities you're missing. And then people who are significantly worse than you both play in an unorthodox way compared to what you're used to, but also, like, kind of serve as an important benchmark for you to be able to remind yourself how far you've come. Because it can be hard to feel the improvement if your opponents just keep getting harder as you improve, you know? And it's mentally good to know that you're actually going in the right direction. But another aspect of that is that fucking stress is not always the answer, dude. Like, it's good to be able to perform under pressure. But maximum tolerable pressure is not the ideal learning environment. You want to be able to try new stuff and get novel feedback. Being laser focused on win rate as you play is, like, a really good way to hinder your growth in my submission. Sometimes you really do just need to relax. And sometimes the answer to how do I get better is actually just play more. And the people who are telling you that are not blowing you off. They are giving you relevant advice. This is a post about rhythm games. Unbelievable interactions with that rail recently, by the way. I should have also tried to dump the bomb, I think. Alright. Dodge 2 pieces of first place, hey. So the first outing of the ring booster. Pretty good.
Perfect mission.
Something I think I'll remember for a long while is when I was playtesting my board game with a friend, and the friend said, "Explain to me what benefit I would have from teaming up with you." No other playtester had asked that before, explicitly or implicitly. Yeah! Testing is wild, dude. There's just so many fucking people in the world, and they're all so fucking different. The knowledge base that you assume, like, so much can be affected by, like, some mild, inconsequential, unauditable assumption that your player has while interacting with some piece of information in the first, like, second of play. And that, like, spirals outward into this fucking web of assumptions, almost all of which are wrong, that you then, like, have to correct because you didn't fucking set them straight at the outset. What a good horn. I feel like I never talk about the game that I'm playing, but in this case, I feel like it's extra warranted. Because, like, Crossworlds is so fucking fucked up, man. You just drive, you do what you can, and then you win or you lose, and it just happens to you. To an extent, I kind of feel like everybody should treat every game like that. mahjong has made me a way more resilient person when it comes to, like, high variance outcomes and, like, the frustration of losses. But I still feel like in really, really tough fighting game situations, I feel my cheeks get a little hot still, you know? You get fired up. You get nervous. One of my faves, Reflex Arena, is apparently getting resurrected 8 years after the developers ran out of money because one of the devs finally got a visa, which means it's no longer, finally got a green card, excuse me, which means it's no longer illegal for them to work on side projects on a fucking work visa. And I'm hoping I can find the time to, like, really jump into that again, because I feel like I need more arena shooters in my life, and various pieces of inconsequential friction have kind of fucking predisposed me against seeking out tough games in that genre. I gotta play more, man. It's the overwhelming feeling of having worked on Ring Racers for a long time is feeling like a lot of things feel like they're coming off hold for me. It's like, shit, I might need to, like, actually play games again. A lot of creativity is like, you can't breathe out without breathing in, you know? Anything that sets Reflex apart from other arena shooters to you? A lot of it is really good auxiliary features, like subframe input, so it feels really good to move around, and, like, really good Steam Workshop integration that means every fucking server has every single map. Outrageous behavior there, by the way. Like, in a lot of ways, it's built off of the framework of CPMA, but just has a bunch of fucking technical shenanigans fixed up. And has, like, some interesting presentation. Really, really good netcode, too. If you have less than 80 ping, the game basically feels like offline. And in situations where, like, I've started to feel really sensitive to stuff like dying behind cover. So it fucking matters. Nice driving. I don't really think so. I think I was right place, right time to first, if I'm being 100% honest with you. There's so little substantive driving in Metal Harbor Lab 3 to begin with, though. Any racing games you recommend? I like Ring Racers, but want to branch into other shit the genre has to offer. In terms of Anti-Grav, Ballistic NG and Redout are two of my favorites. In terms of, like, more straightforward motorsport, Gran Turismo 4 is a very old nostalgic favorite for me and has some fucking... That PS2 presentation hitting different. In terms of, like, more arcadey stuff, any of the Wengen Midnight games, Outrun 2 is... While I think its comeback mechanics are a little bit too aggressive for it to be a player versus player racer, it is one of my favorite driving games ever, and one of the only games that I consider basically functionally perfect. I like Sonic Riders a lot. a lot of the fun I had with that when I was a kid and then later as an adult. With that very, like, sharp resource management push-pull, where pushing too far leaves you very, very sad. I think of a lot of the taste that I developed for that ended up in Ring Racers. Next, Forza Horizon's gonna be in fucking Japan, which means everybody I know is gonna buy it, including me. And I do like those games. They're goofy and stupid, and their tone is fucking horrendous sometimes. But sometimes you just want to fucking drive around. Ah, I fucking didn't do it in time. Brain just a little bit slow on that one, honestly. We're gonna nose grind and then lose, like, no speed because power vehicles are beautiful. I wonder if that was a real hit. It was an extremely feelings-based push. Uh-oh. That's not good. Second? Maybe third? I did play Distance. I've been meaning to revisit that. I remember having, like, I think it was a significantly harder time than the game intended me to have. Something about it was not clicking with me at the time. I do remember enjoying myself, though. My only experience with the Riders games was a little bit of Zero Gravity and Free Riders. I think Zero Gravity is like a defanged version of the original Riders that, in an attempt to be, like, less punishing and more accessible, largely destroys the appeal of the original. It's very prescriptive about where you spend resources, and is kind of missing the cycles of high and low tension that I think make Riders function. I didn't hate it when I played it, but it's definitely not the sort of thing that I would go back to. What about Dirt Rally stuff? I think, like, Dirt Rally 2 is still, like, the fucking king when it comes to, like, rally games. I've been having a lot of fun with that in my off time, here and there, although I still fucking... I need to actually sit down and figure out wheel settings for it that don't make me want to kill myself. I feel like I've been going through the same fucking Rallycross event for like a year. Just open it and race for a while and go, whew, okay. Time to put this down for a while. How about CTR? You played either. Not extensively. I don't like those games aesthetically, and so they didn't stick for very long. Kirby Air Riders looks real good. I will say that watching a friend Discord stream it, I had to resize the Discord window. I had to make that shit real small, because at 30 FPS, my motion sensitivity just absolutely could not handle it. That game's presentation is otherworldly arcade stuff. Competitive Air Ride just looks brutal, dude. It's scary. I didn't spend a ton of time with the original Air Ride, though. Part of the reason I'm so interested in Air Riders is because I like... It seems like the racing part of the racing game has received some significant attention and looks a lot more compelling than what I saw of OG Air Ride. Yeah, when I say scary, I'm talking about the original as well. I don't know shit about competition in Air Riders, and I imagine most people don't. because that game is still new enough that probably people are still figuring out competitive formats for it. Oh man, not having quick recovery smarts a little bit. I could always just play Silver Surfer. But those sets just kind of don't spark any joy for me. Yeah, I kind of felt like not getting shot there, so that truck was kind of forced. I'm actually pretty close to the leader here, so no need to burn that away. That's a fascinating location for a magnet. I don't think that I deserved that win in any sense that actually matters, by the way. Played any of the Trackmanias only when I was young. Another backlog thing.
Superlative.
I think about games being designed around analog sticks, and I always think of Smash 64, which to me feels absolutely miserable to play on, like, anything but an N64 controller. Although, my definition of N64 controller is a little bit different than most. I love these stupid little fucking things. I think they're great. I think they're the best. I don't think I'm gonna get into this lobby. It's like basically the only substantial piece of advanced movement in Smash 64 is the pivot, barring like character-specific stuff. And so your ability to do like quick turnarounds after an initial dash is super critical. And it just feels completely fucked up every single time I've tried to use a non-N64 controller for it. It's RAFnet raw or nothing, baby. Nothing else will do. Good morning, Isaac. I like the Octogate. I feel like my requirements for the perfect controller are expanding so quickly. The Steam Controller 2 is gonna be my fucking best, but, like, give me the Steam Controller 2 with, like, adjustable analog gates. People still run Dark Chow Starter in Legend rooms, by the way, don't be fooled. The game does not get better at Legend, it gets worse. All good. Honestly, I don't feel like I lost that much space here. Oh, okay. See you later. Yeah, Monkey Ball's tough, dude. How did you retain boost on transforming back from plane? I think I just release it. I'll be real with you. Like, when it comes to fucking racing games like this, I basically don't remember what happened 1 second ago. But I know that plane-to-ground transitions are such a big pain in the ass that I always try to give myself abundant room to, like, release beforehand. I appreciate that I was given a really straightforward tool to basically ruin the audio environment of any lobby that I'm in. Like, Crossworld's lobbies are just... Is this a social space? Why do I have to reform with a completely new group after every race? Why can't I stay with my lobby? What is this bullshit? Yeah, it's weird because so many other fucking transitions, if you drift into them, it'll use your boost. Like, if you go boat to ground, then you'll drift boost as soon as you're done transforming. But plane to ground, you have to release on your own. This is just genuinely one of the ugliest things that I've ever seen, by the way. Like, I truly do not like the collab content in this game. It's like, I like Sonic, broadly, even if I find a lot of things about it in current year desperately uncool. So I will tolerate Lap 3 Choir, I think, better than most. But the collab stuff is just brutal. I mean, we've circled back around to the first topic of the day, the Fortnitification of everything. Yeah, go ahead, swap my items, I don't care. Swap my items for, like, functionally the same set of items. Woo-ha! My back wheels into the charger panel that I call a charger panel every time. Could have been charging a drift here as well, but the approach angle is just so fucking scary to me. Oops, didn't hit the double set. I wonder what kind of massacre that I missed back there. Not even Migu? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, as much as I appreciate the existence of Miku here, I think that hearing Miku fucking mumble sing the Crossworld's main theme might make me want to leave this earth a little bit.
Superlative.
Parasocial space, Like, when I hosted SRB2 kart lobbies, at one point I actually designed an alternate voting system solely to keep the downtime lower. We did that shit like Halo. You go straight from intermission to a map, and then if you don't like that map, you can choose another map that you don't know. And you have to play that one out. You get no backsies. And the entire reason I wanted to do that was because the default action in almost all circumstances would be race starts, race is not interrupted, saving fucking 30 seconds per round. Big stuff. My tastes have changed a little bit since then, and I'm a little bit more tolerant of functional downtime. Giving people breaks to, like, stretch their legs or grab a drink or whatever the fuck. And in general, just kind of slowing down people who are grinding in a way that is, like, burning them out even if they're not aware of it. I feel like downtime can absolutely be functional. But even with my tastes slowly sliding there, I feel like the downtime in Crossworlds is why is the default map selection not random anyway? I have no idea. But it does something diabolical in festivals where they rig the roulette. They rig the system to always have the festival map present if there's like a new course drop or something. And it's always in the leftmost slot, which means it's selected by default, so anybody who's not paying attention to voting automatically votes it. So it's not enough to have a 1 in 3 chance that you're playing on the same track for the entire weekend. It's like genuinely an 85 to 90% chance that you're playing on Bikini Bottom during SpongeBob Festival. And it is horrid. It is dire beyond words. What an ugly fucking turn, by the way. What an ugly piece of course design. And it's like, I kind of get it. You want to make absolutely sure that people who are getting online, who are like only logging in for the festival or only logging in to see the new collab content, get to experience the collab content. That makes some sense, but like, also to get all of the collab rewards, you have to play a kind of non-trivial number of races. So it's apparently not enough for people who log in to see the collab content sometimes. They have to see it all the time. The entire time they're getting to their 1,000-point marker for all the collab rewards. And that's not even to get into, like, I don't hate weekend events. I think it's cute. I think that locking gameplay-affecting gadgets behind them is sort of completely evil, actually. That's, like, straightforwardly manipulative, and it's a good thing that most of the gadgets are, like, just not good. People keep saying, oh, the gadget system's so well balanced. It's like, I think for the most part, race results are, like, really random, and I don't think that's quite the same thing as gadgets being balanced. Anyway, passed by 2 people, both with lasers, by the way. Does Ring Racers randomize order of tracks and slots? Yes. It also removes things from the track pool when they've been played until everything has been played. Legend 2! I survived. I don't know if I want to do this anymore. How are we doing, world match? World ranking. $403. Is the top 100 now 9999 Club? Did that finally, like, solidify? It looks like it probably did. Oh, I could have just done that. Yeah, okay. Top 100 PC still isn't. Ooh. Hey, did I get loud easied and then the fucking chat view doesn't show me the redeem? Is that what happened? Alright.
Tactical
Easy.
incoming!
So in your opinion, when does ranked point gain slow down? I feel like I started feeling some resistance around Legend 5, and like halfway through Legend 3 is when I started feeling like I could no longer play bad sets and still make progress. Like, 7,500 felt like the point where it was going to be like prohibitively difficult to make it further without like playing good stuff. It slows down again, Legend 2. Yay! It's like, this doesn't measure skill. Fucking... You basically get put on an airlift to Legend. Like, if you can't reach Legend 9, it is because you are significantly worse than everyone around you, even pre-Legend. But, like, then you get to Legend 9, and it's still not even. You get to, like, Master Rank in Street Fighter or something, and it's like, okay, at the very least, we're allowed to start even matchmaking here, where you go up the same amount as you go down. No. Nuh-uh. How big is that water bottle? Good question! It was fucking packed up in our attic. It's probably like... a gallon. If you put a no items mode in this game, I think it comes with its own issues. Oh yeah, no. Fucking itemless. Okay, I'll tell you about this. I did private lobbies with a couple of guys from Kart Crew and Kart Crew Accessories, where we disabled every item except for 100 Ring, because that's actually something you can do. And we were like bumper to bumper the whole game, despite everyone using different sets. It was complete nonsense. You can do item select, all off, and then check this out, right? They sneak it in there. You've got to turn at least one on. And so we turned on 100 Ring. Hey, wait a second. There we go. Yeah, Slipstream is absurdly powerful, and, like... I mean, on group speed, there's also, like, literally a comeback modifier. Like, if you're playing festivals, not only does it have super frantic items, but it, like, actively manipulates player speed to make sure that people in the back come back, and people in the front can't break away. Where's my video? Here we go. I never noticed. It's not a small difference either. It's enormous. No problem, dude. You still playing? I can join. I think I might have to take a break. I've been like... I played a 2-hour session and went up 200 rating and basically had 0 actual fun. I think... the inability to continue to experiment with gadget sets without feeling like I'm dragging myself down is sort of agitating. Is it time for Car Game 4, whatever that CarPG is? I was honestly gonna boot up mahjong. I'm gonna be real with you. That statement of intent in my title is very real. I probably wasn't even gonna play for very long either. I just wanted to fucking get this out of the way, because, like, I don't know, maybe at Legend 2 I can make videos about how fucked up this thing is, and then people will actually listen to me. Oh, no. Car Game 2 3000, 100 emoji. Car Game 200 emoji. Use promote to grow on YouTube. Start an ad campaign in Studio to grow your channel or business. Alright, let's go to YouTube Creator Studio. In addition to your regular channel growth, promotions can get your videos in front of new audiences. Subscribers and watch time earned through a promotion do not contribute towards YouTube Partner Program eligibility. Get started. Okay, first step is make an AdSense account. I'm good, actually. I've been thinking about Spec 2. I think I want to fucking finish the game vanilla, because it's sort of like Gran Turismo 4 killed my father, prepared to die. Changing the condition of the problem isn't really fair. But then I also think about what that really means if I take it to its conclusion. Like, not being allowed to save state at the start of the Nürburgring driving mission, and having to wait to the countdown every single time. I happen to think that's pretty scary. If I'm being 100 emoji with you. You don't have to make a different account to be a partner. I've been partner before and dropped out because I just didn't give a shit about uploading anymore. You do need to make an AdSense account to run ads, which is what they were asking me about. Alright, I might boot up mahjong when I get back. Fucking talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I also have to do the saved combo. I don't know why the fuck there's a black frame at the end of that one. Alright, let's boot up MJ. Windows noise incoming. It's okay, though, because none of y'all are on Windows 11, so... that's not your notification sound. Mahjong Soul. How come you're on Windows 11? Because it's the best version of Windows. I have been completely unaffected by every bad thing everybody else talks about. Windows 11 performs significantly better than Windows 10 ever did. Like, I literally just upgraded and watched as Ring Racer's compiling went from destroys my computer and makes it inoperable for 2 minutes to I don't even notice I'm compiling and it's exactly as fast. Probably the first time that Microsoft fucks with me, I'm gonna have to immediately jump ship to Linux. But I will be quite sad about it because a lot of the software that I use just doesn't play nice. And likely never will. I've been wrong about that before, though. Does fucking Sega have they got poker? Real shit? Dude, I'm fucking dog shit at poker. That'd be a great time. That sounds wonderful. Do I have a tournament ticket? Main thing stopping me from jumping on Linux is creative software. Yeah, it's like Resolve works, but there are hacks associated with it. Audio production stuff is like kind of dubious. Got a lot of people swearing by Kirita, but... oh, stage to be started. And I have an event ticket. This doesn't look like Mahjong Soul. It's true, it's the better client. I do miss the English announcers, though. My Linux experience went like this. I solicited opinions from Hitbox Dimension on what the most likely Just Works distro is. And I received KDE Neon as one of my primary suggestions, and I booted up a live CD of KDE Neon, and it cannot drive my main monitor at 120Hz, only at 60Hz. When I try to switch it to 120Hz, it goes completely black. And I went, okay, maybe next year. Because I don't actually have any problems with Windows right now, so if my first 5 seconds of Linux caused me a problem that I don't have, then I have no reason to switch yet. Yeah, I'll pawn, it's fine. With this pair 4s, it was kind of unlikely that this hand was gonna, like, make close Janta anyway, so... we'll see. Yeah, I grinded the fuck out of the Persona collab. I wanted to make absolutely sure that I had a character that represented me. Woman Robot. So I got 2 dog shit close shapes to fill out, but at least like they're edge tiles-ish. It's fine. Well then, let's do this. I know some of y'all don't know how to read Manzu yet. I know what's going on. Gay donor. Baki Anatomy is, like, unbelievable. I just genuinely have no idea what the fuck is going on with that series. There's Puyo characters in the JP Poker. There's Puyo characters in this shit, too. I got fucking Rulu dressed up like an Utena character in here. I haven't, like, spent very much on this over the course of my playing it. I have spent basically the amount that justifies it, but I have still acquired some stuff. Do I go to 468? I mean, the Z shape shucks dick, and, like, I could... Oh, 310. Idiot! I just wanted to pivot out of a dog shit shape, but now I've caused myself problems. That's still live enough that I might actually just leave it to discard against Urichi. I don't know. If I could chi. There it goes. Yeah, my odds of finishing this hand seem maybe not fantastic. The 8-pin came out. There's hope for me. Yeah, okay. Give me that! It's dog shit, it doesn't matter, but it's Tompu, so it's fine. You and your customizable anime boy are no match for my dog shit random open hand. I feel like having a Dreamcast background on my profile card is like stolen valor. I definitely didn't own a Dreamcast. I've played some amount of Dreamcast stuff, though. The Advent calendar made sure of that. I try to resist the line of thinking that goes, if the hand wins, then the idea was good. I think games that are as random as mahjong kind of test your ability to, like, play with good principles in mind rather than getting pulled around by your results too much. But with that said, it worked, so it was a good idea. You know how it goes. So it's ostensibly a 5-block hand, and I'm just like, I can keep the 5-so around on the off chance I draw into something that seems more valuable than 1-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs, so probably 5-so is fine there. Up from the center, it's the Dora indicator, so it's unlikely to pair up. But is diabolical here, and probably terrible, but like a 1-chance honor has a weird success rate in this situation. It's defensive. It's fine. Yeah, so these can all pair up, so we're good. Okay, don't talk to me about that. I got a couple of friends to watch the first 2 episodes of Saki the other night, and number one, I forgot how unapologetically about women that show is in a very specific way. Do you like boobs? I just completely forgot because all of the mahjong related things that happen in Saki are so much more unbelievable than, like, the way they pull that specific camera angle over and over again. They do! I've heard that! I've heard that about them. I just, like, I completely forgot that part of the show's presentation. Because I'm too busy thinking about how everything that everyone does in that show related to actual mahjong is impossible. 135, pair sevens, 1, 2, 6, 8. Oh, wow. Unlikely draw. So this is like 135 shape in the 6, 8. I can call these and just fucking come up with something completely bullshit and take us into East 4 by like a small but defensible lead. Or I could Riichi on this ass. I'm excited because that friend group has been learning mahjong slowly, and now I think they're finally ready to watch that show without having to pause every 5 seconds to read the subtitles on the top of the screen explaining what the fuck Rinshan Kaiho is. Kaiho. Ho-Ho Project. Alright, they got there. They really only had to push one scary tile to do it, too. So what rake am I about to walk into? Ha 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 ha! Can't defend against 2 people, can you? That hesitation. It'll be your downfall. I'm gonna turn into an anime protagonist every time I play this fucking game. Consider how the boobs put the subs on the top. No, you don't understand. They're like in the middle of the screen. There is no confusion about what the focal point of this specific scene is. So dealer turn. Leading by an amount. I don't actually think that I open for that. That seems dubious. I think I would like to play efficiency and then, like, win. Cut 9 out of the 6-9 shape. I feel like one of the perennial genres of post in mahjong spaces, along with I'm trying to platinum a Yakuza game, why can't I sumo, is, I want to watch Saki and or Akagi, but I don't understand anything. Weirdly common. Shitty Kabe deployed? Like, I don't think I ever push into that at Tushanten. Okay, how bad? Okay. Doesn't look bad. Alright. Ipe? Yeah, okay. That's survivable. Is Sega MJ also Fortnite? A little bit. It's a little bit Fortnite. But, like, I don't have to build an Aegis deck, you know? I'm still playing mahjong. It's just something nice to look at. Hidden urge to fucking eat the mahjong pieces. Where's the marketable mahjong snacks at? Okay, hold on. I feel like I've brought this setup before, but I really do feel like I have to fucking call this page up. We're gonna find this together, okay? Huh, I can't see my window snap sounds. There we go. We're gonna go to Ichikawaya. Here we go. We're in, behind. This is candy. It's actually not. But it's candy, right? Like, look at this. You could eat this. Do not eat this. But you could. One of my most, like, complete bullshit, I don't need this item compulsions is the Ichikawaya Toho set, by the way, which I think is just fucking adorable. I'm actually gonna drag this out here again. Like, isn't this just the cutest thing? Let's fucking bring this one up. I think this is great. You do your best, you dipshit. One of my favorite Firefox extensions is called Behind, where if you right-click something and then select Behind, it will show you all of the images that are under your mouse cursor and allow you to pick one to open in a new tab. There's a Saki set, if I remember correctly. Is there? Well, not in Ichikawaya, but I think I've seen a couple different Saki sets, actually. I wonder if this is going to be completely fucking unreadable. Ooh, those are something. I don't know about that. The Nodochi one, man. Okay. Weirdly varied ends here. It's... I sort of hate it a little bit, but like... The honors are really funny to me because it's just, hey, it's some dudes that you remember from the show. The Taco Sozu is full of beautiful whimsy. There's apparently been a couple different sets. Let's see. Saki National Edition. Oh, this is completely unplayable. Look at this. There's just no way. You could never. The tile graphics aren't even, like, outlined to call them out against the portraits. This is a nightmare. Let's see. Are there yet more sets? The Saki cards PNGs have started appearing. Okay, I'm now on a Facebook group, so this is like nothing good this way. So I got my ticket back, so I'll play another game on this card. Good night, thanks for dropping in. I currently use allow right click. Should I use behind? I like behind because I think they might work well together. The nice thing about behind is that it catches things like fucking transparent overlay images and shit. Or like if you're trying to get to the background image of a website, sometimes it'll let you click through container elements to get there, because it shows you everything under your mouse cursor, not just the topmost image, which is the nice thing about it. When are we testing the Auto Table VR chat prefab?
プレイヤーこれで一歩
Do you think we could... I thought that was really unfriendly in desktop, so I think we might actually need 4 VR players to play with it, but I would be down to try.
神茶いきなり仕掛けていったつもぎりが
I kind of don't feel like doing work on Tile Gun at the moment, but I am kind of curious if that's like a novel experience for people who are like actually proper in VR,
人物は一体誰なのか
or if it can be made playable in desktop somehow. So apparently the prefab page claims that it has automatic game flow,
さあこのはいここは
which I wasn't able to test on my own because it doesn't have like computer players and won't let you sit in multiple seats. But I am kind of curious, you know?
プレイヤーあっという間にいいシャンテン
上がりまであと一息です。
おっとここでリーチ
プレイヤーが
さあこのはいはどうするここも我慢
I mean, it's a good weight, right? I'll chase.
仕掛けリーチ
自信を持ってのリーチです。
5'8"? It's fine. It's fine. If it worked, it was the right decision. Results-oriented thinking gets you everywhere.
まずは一歩リード
I mean, seriously, I wasn't gonna break Tenpai for that, right? That seemed extremely dubious.
と2曲
Being that scared of an early non-dealer Ichi. Only to pay out to the sumo anyway.
上がりを決めています
これで一歩リードしましたね。
さあここからどう打ち回していくのでしょうかここはドラを
Some high-rated players in here, too. I'm starting to see, like, the R1800s, R1900s, R2000s more often.
一番最初に仕掛けるのは誰か
So I guess I'm just gonna see to where this
こ
draws
こはド
to.
ラを持ってきた
Okay. Probably cut the 1 mon and then still get rid of this, honestly. Like, it's my win.
シャイはションパイなので
I feel like I should keep it at least until the 2, but... That's a pretty alright
プ
draw.
レイヤーこれでリャンシャンテンです
方針が定まって
So the longer that this doesn't hit the table, the more I'm convinced that tossing it is potentially scary.
重苦しい場になっていますさあここはスル
But
ー
like, I am the motherfucker who is in the best position to pair this up. My life is awesome. However, the hand is progressing.
「場は膠着状態
I was lured to this channel with a mahjong tutorial made you made a while ago. What happened to the VR
ここ
meetups?
でカンシンドラのワンさあここ
Mostly just a lot of the people who were like most excited about organizing them haven't been playing too much.
プレイヤーあっという間にいいシャンテン
有利な街を選びたいですね。
I've been personally still playing a lot on Sega, but like
も仕掛けない
I have been busy as fuck recently and haven't had a bunch of time to strap into VR. But now I've finally got my setup back together with a little beanbag and everything, so
各茶どのように打ち回していくの
it's something I'd like to pursue a little bit more. My VR fatigue is kind of rough, though. I have no money, but I'm looking at that Steam
こ
frame.
の出方を伺っているのか
That looks like a nice piece of hardware. That's where I want to be.
場に緊張感が
Set
漂
turn
っていま
breakpoints
す
for situations like these, so I'd say drop it before tile 9. I think that's a reasonable way of structuring this sort of thing.
少し場が落ち着いてきたか
I don't know what the fuck all this is.
神茶捨て牌に中ちゃんパイ
I assume they'll reach you if it sucks. I kind of don't believe in anything happening at this table right now. This is funny though. That's like, these things happen, dude. Sorry about your loss.
おっとここでリーチ
Okay.
プレイヤーがどう出るのか注目です。
果たしてここをしのげるのか
2-5.
当たって砕きます。
It's Tudora, it has outs, it's fine.
おっと下茶これは痛い
見せてくれました。
プレイヤ
Yeah, because 2 and 5 were safe tiles against them. Oh god, Tuora. You didn't deserve this happening to you.
ドライアン羽マン
トン3曲ドラは Q1 プレイヤーは
Probably getting at the Steam frame seems like the perfect entry point into VR, and I have a good PC now. I definitely think it's sort of positioned there, but it'll depend on the price, right? Where, like, if you don't have a conscientious objection to Meta, nay Facebook, owning your wearable computer, then something like a Quest 3 might be a cheaper while still being, like, high-quality way to get into,
注目です
if you've got the strong computer to back it, you know? So I imagine the Steam frame is gonna be nice for, like,
波が来ている
it can do PC VR and it can do it through, like, a plug-and-play adapter, rather than having to worry about setting up a VR router, like a lot of people do for functional wireless PC VR.
チュンチャンパイが立て続けに来ています
But you figure that that's gonna come with, like, there's just more hardware in that headset than in a Quest 3. And also, Valve is unlikely to sell it as a loss leader in quite the same way. A lot depends on the price. If the Steam machine comes out and I'm gonna have to, like, fork over $750 for a GameCube, I will be a little cross, I have to admit.
重苦しい
I'm hoping that it's console prices.
ここでしか
Because that thing seems like perfect for living room PC right now. Right now we've got a Steam Deck driving the fucking living room TV. And
各社どのように打ち回していく
I think the SteamOS desktop is pretty much exactly what I want
ここはスルー
for that specific purpose. But, like, maybe with the power to run things at 1080p without fucking catching fire.
各社相手の出方を伺っているのかさあこの範囲はどうここも我慢
VR is so strange, man. I want to look a little bit more into Resonite. I increasingly feel like VR chat is a bit of a hostile platform, given that voice latency is still complete dog shit several years later, and their primary technological innovations have been like, what if we could sell you avatars?
これも仕掛けない
And shit like Udon 2 got fucking kicked to the curb. Which is pretty notably bad for actually trying to make interesting shit on that platform, by the way. The things that...
おっとこ
The things that are going on in our fork of Azora Mahjong that runs on Tile Gun, I don't think I should pursue this at all.
交代
I think I'm gonna full fold.
下茶ドラメンツを仕掛けた
これで
財宝は私がいただくわこれは
Okay.
失点
うまく打たれてしまいました
Flow changed. Yeah, the technical challenges we ran into with that version of Azora, where we wanted to do,
ドラは3品プレイヤーは親です
have I talked about this before? Not recently, I think. Or basically, if you're in Tenpai, we want to show you the Riichi button, right? If you're in closed Tenpai, we need to show you the Riichi button so that you can choose to Riichi. Which means that we have to check whether you're Tenpai.
方針が定まってきました
And
ね
checking whether a player is Tenpai in Udon, which is something like a 10,000x speed down from native C#.
場は膠着状態
Native C#, by the way, is actually an enormous pain in the ass. And the default prefab, like, the way it came out of the box from Suzu Factory,
時短装
the way it was doing that check was the same way that Udon does everything on the main thread, because it can't use a background thread, which means that you would draw a tile, and it would check whether you were Tenpai, and your headset would freeze the entire time it was checking, which was not an insignificant amount of time. And when your headset freezes, and it's responsible for communicating the visual information related to your fucking head orientation, suddenly your inner ear and your eyes disagree, and your inner ear wins, and you get really uncomfortable. And so, of course, I nerd-sniped my dear husband, Frey, with, hey, do you think we could, like, do something more efficient than this? Do you think we could, like... I tried to break up some of the work that was being done here into multiple frames.
いいシャンテン
So, like, we can display the button a little bit late, but we don't have to do all this work at the same time and totally freeze the headset. Do you think we could come up with a procedure that can be expressed in Udon that allows us to do this quickly
下茶ここ
enough with, like, good enough suspend resume that people don't have to freeze whenever they draw tiles to a closed hand? And it nearly destroyed us.
どのように打ち回していくのか下茶捨て牌に中ちゃんパイが並んでいます
We did get it, though. We did figure it out.
各茶相手の出方を伺っているのか
I might get rid of this while it's still hot. And so Udon 2 is getting announced, and it's like, holy shit, Udon 2 seems like it will let us do a bunch of way nicer stuff in this type of system. So many things that are constrained by
圧勝でしたね
the tiny amount of work that they're allowed to do on the main thread before they make the user motion sick.
プレイヤー
So many games and experiences are going to be able to write more code and run more code and do more intricate stuff. And then Udon 2 fucking disappeared, and the guy working on it got fired. And in the years since then, the platform has remained almost entirely technologically the same. And it just makes me kind of sad, you know? Great games tonight, by the way. And so I look at projects like Resonite, which is like, okay, we had to pull our project out of, like, hostile takeover by crypto bros, but now we're in the process of, like, completely rewriting the internals to get us off of Unity, to the extent that we're now, like, in the process of writing a drop-in replacement for the renderer. It's like, oh, you guys are doing something. And you can, like, run scripts and spawn objects and keep an inventory and shit. And it's like, I don't require people to remove from VR chat, because I don't really have any friend groups that are on VR chat as a primary thing. What I want is a nice place to do interesting things in VR.
本1曲ドラはパーピンプレイヤーはペイチャです実況は私小山剛
Good
そして
shapes.
解説は
渋川ナンバです
Goodness
よろしくお
me.
願いします
一体どんな戦いが繰り広げられるのかここはスループレイヤー
What a ridiculous fucking start.
上がりまであと一息ですね
3, 4, 5, pair 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 waiting fucking...
勝負です
Honestly, fuck it.
テンパった
泣いて仕上げてきましたね
If I draw the Tumon,
ここも
I can slide the shape and keep a different pair.
場を制すおっ
必殺であります
Yeah, man, great start.
とこだまする
先行しましたねプレイ
Video game.
これでトップに浮上しました
プレイヤーまずは一歩リード
And you know that guy,
本2曲ドラは
That
老僧プレイヤー
mysterious person represented by Saki in a maid costume.
プレイヤー先ほどは見事に速攻が決まりました
これで一歩リードしましたね
さあ
Hey, please wait to
ここから
run
どう打ち回していく
the
のか
next Saki collab until we've paid off our construction loan, by the way. You know that person is just like, ah, fucking 2,000 point hand. Whatever.
誰が一番最初に仕掛けるのかさあこの
We had our local parlor's first anniversary today. We also held a tournament to celebrate, and I got exactly one decent hand the entire night.
さあここも我慢した
I feel like in our in-houses, there is always someone who has been cursed. Like, nobody ever does especially well, for the most part, but somebody is always, like, ordained to suffer greatly. And I think that's kind of beautiful. Good night, iced cactus. Good luck. Do I fix a pair here? Basically, in every sense, that was probably wrong over fucking 9-pin or like 10 other things, but
つもぎりが続いてしまった
I realized that I was thinking about it too long and about to get into time trouble. The time controls on Sega are so tight, and it's part of what makes it fun to play for me. It's like, it plays about as fast as Tenho, but like, feels significantly better in a button feel sense. Like, literally just the buttons respond faster.
プレイヤーいいシャンテンだ
有利なマッチを選びたいですね。
I feel like a lot of the more pay-to-play oriented clients put more time into game feel. Like, Marujan feels fucking great. Love the sound design on that thing. Love the interface work. Kinda hate that it becomes pay-to-play after you run out your trial games. Is this the best way to dismantle? 1 month first, I think. 1 month, then 8-pin? 6-so is full Suji now, but Suji on the Riichi tile is fucking untrustworthy as hell.
これはカリチャの現物です。
Seems unlikely that I'll even be able to call the Tenpai like this, so I'll just take the swat on the nose. Uh-oh, okay. 8-pin good against both.
これは共通安牌。
9-pin good against both. God damn! 3K payout.
本3局1本馬
2 combos today. One of them was against me when someone wrongly called Hote on my last discard. First time I saw someone do an outburst and scream profanities in a foreign language as they jumped up and down in fury. Dude, it's serious over there? Your parlor sounds fucking crazy. I feel like I'd just be embarrassed, you know? When playing IRL, I like... My most common mistake is just... Shamboing because of Furiten. And every time, I feel like I just want to sink into the earth and disappear. I can't imagine getting mad at other people for play mistakes. So it's a pair hand, or at least it can be a pair hand, but like... Also completely here and completely compatible with that idea is like... I don't know, man, that's definitely fucking several Chinitsu blocks. Yeah, I think I'll do it like this.
これでマークされてしまうかもしれません。
下茶一歩も譲らない
Toi Toi Honitsu or Toi Toi Chinitsu. Significantly easier to engineer in a way that like is actually likely to win. This is unfortunate though. I chose to believe that would go through because nobody would ever not call the first one. But like there are actually a lot of hand structures that could have made that weird, you never know. Wow, already Honitsu Tenpai. I feel like an idiot walking through a field of fucking mines right now.
この試合もいよいよオーラスを迎えています。
プレイヤースモなら2600オール以上、ロンなら漫画上がればトップです。
I did narrowly avoid calling on and pretending during that game myself, so I didn't say anything either. Yeah. I don't get, like, anywhere near the amount of table time that I should because, like... Even back when we had enough people for a Sanma game who, like, knew the game here, it was like, nobody wants to fucking play Sanma physically. Nobody wants to get 4 tiles in and somebody turns over Baimon and then you have to hand shuffle. And we're pretty far up north, so it's kind of unlikely that there's a scene near us at this point. But I ought to do a little bit of looking.
場は膠着状態だ。
Invite me. 6 emoji.
プレイヤーこれで一歩前進。
方針が定まってきましたね。
Sanma is just an agitating game mode, dude. I don't know why.
重い空
Like,
気
basically all of my play groups are like, hey, so we've got 3.
プレイヤー波が来て
We could wait. We could do Sanma until someone shows up. And then somebody else is like, yeah, I'll wait.
反応するか。ここはスルー。さあこの範囲はここも我慢した。
I feel like at some point I want to just like sit down and play nothing but Sanma on Sega MJ for a week to see if I can get my rating up.
ここも仕掛けない。
Do I have anything against that?
これは
Mine
完全な現
so.
物です。
I don't really have anything to push here, so
注目ですね。
I guess the best thing I could hope for is lateral.
ここは簡単
Devin's so safe against 1.
おっと神ちゃん軽快なつも上がり。
That's probably bad news for me. Probably 3rd. Is it Pinfu? It is. Ah, well. If you would have an auto table, it's not so bad, assuming you can program it for 3-player. Yeah, I think I would feel a lot different about it if I had an auto table, for sure. My orb! How dare you? How could you confiscate my orb? Is it Pinfu? You're an intermediate JP lobbies, of course. It's fucking... I don't know, man. Sometimes I see a bunch of pins and I just go, oh, fucking, I'm thinking. I feel like if I played over the table more often, I feel like people could just lie to me about their scores and it would go through, is what I'm saying. Like, I know how to score a lot of common stuff, but then, like, it still feels like it takes me a while to figure out if certain Yaku are present in a hand. I should do my Pyroxene exchanges before I log out. Alright. One of you fucks has to be close to level 50, right? Player's responsibility to identify their Yaku, so if they miss it, too bad. At the same time, I would not be kind to someone who underscored their hand to try and extend a game, right? Time for a Sanma match. Okay, I just want you to know that whatever is about to happen is completely your fault, and I will be invoicing you after the stream. Okay? You owe me 60 MJ chips, buddy. If you do the parlor-style score declaration where you say Han and Fu, you can get away with adding Penfu to your hand and nobody will notice. Don't do this, it's Jumbo if they notice. Great. I know like 30 Fu and I know 40 Fu, and then everything after that is a blur.
実況は私小林美沙、そして解説は
土田交渉です。よろしくお願いします。
一体どんな戦いとなるのでしょうか。ここはドラを持ってきた。一番最初に仕掛けるのは誰か。
Yeah.
これさあこの範囲に反応。時短装填。
It's really just like, if you don't need to score, you don't learn to score. So, like, until you start getting into horrific all-last trainer situations, it doesn't fucking matter to you.
ここは一歩こ
And, like, newsflash, dipshit, I can cheat. Do I actually break one of these?
いいシャンテン
上がりまで
I believe in Toy Toy, personally. I believe strongly in Toy Toy.
ここでおやり
プレイヤー行くのかな。
果たしてここから追いつけるのでしょうか
I do like Wizard Calc as a resource, though. I feel like that has made me better at scoring just to have it.
トイメン
But you still have to eventually memorize shit.
これでリャンハン確定ですね。
突っ張っていった
Alright.
トイメンこれは
3 Dora? Okay.
トイメン幸先のいいスタートを切りました。
トイメンまずは一歩リード
リーズモ、ラブトン、ドラサン、パネマン
Streamer, I'm afraid this is Pawn Palace. It's Sanma, it's
本
fine.
場ドラは数層プレイヤーはシャーチャです最初に
What was I gonna do? Draw sequences? Everyone knows that's impossible, dipshit.
チートイツ狙うかな。
さあここから
Breaking that Ryanman is dubious, though. Yeah, just win with exclusively limit hands, and then you need
ション
the...
パイなのでね。とりあ
And
え
then
ず
you
様
never
子見
have
で
to
すか
count
ね。
two.
さあこの範囲に反応する時短装填プレイヤーいきなり仕掛けていった
これでだいぶ楽になりましたよね。
Outstanding backfire.
あっという間にいいシャンテン
ソーズの伸びにかけるようですね。
Generational backfire.
一体この
Just take it!
合わせて
Thank you.
いただきましたプレイヤー逆転することができるのかダメ押しですプレイヤーここでカンシンドラはチー
It's
ソー
fine. There's two open hands. Who would reach into this?
各茶どのように打ち回していくのか
Completely unmotivated con click against like two people who are significantly higher rated in Sanma than I
相手の
am.
出方を伺っているのかここはドラを持ってきた
Great weight! Good work, everyone!
街は良くないんですが破壊力がありますからね。
It's fine though, it'll overflow from their hand.
トイメンこれは痛い
まあびっくり仰天あっという間でした。
はい
プレイヤーこれで日本に浮上しました。
Terrible.
トン2曲ドラはリャンピンプレイヤーはなんちゃですプレイヤー
Okay, understood. Call
上
everything.
がりを決めています一体どんな結末となるのでしょうか神茶ここで
Okay.
シンドラはパーピン
Why, yes, tell me more about whatever the fuck that is.
神茶
Okay.
ここでポン
They still cut the 9-mon, so it can't be like that terrifying. You want this one?
一体この点差がこの
Do you
後
want
どう
this
変
one?
わっていくのかここはドラを持ってきたプレイヤー逆
Yeah,
転すること
it's
が
only
中チャンパイが立て続けに来ていますプレイヤー
it's only the pair that cares about whether it's
ここで大きなロープ
actually Yakuhai for you.
動いていくものなんです。
トイトイ、ジュン、バン
So this is dog shit, by the way. That's an incredible fucking thing to have assembled.
トン2曲一本馬ドラは
Good night,
プレイヤー
Seaside.
はなんちゃです現在のトップは神茶です
トップとはさほど気にする点差ではなさそうですね。
それでは対局の模様に注目してみましょう
I definitely need the Squidward. I really wish I weren't here right now. Or Shanten, that never happens.
プレイヤーまだ十分にトップを狙える
Don't
点差です
think about it, or we'll be here all day.
はい プレイヤーこれで一歩前進。
ここからが腕の見せ所です。
神茶いきなり仕掛けていった。
Okay.
さあこの範囲に反応する。ここは
How about this one? Do you want this one?
プレイヤ
How about
ー
this
こ
one?
れでリャンシャン点です。
方針が定まってきましたよね。
I will cut anything into you right now. I have no moral system. 3, 3, 4, 4.
プレイヤ
Fix a
ー
pair?
という間に
What is this here? What is this here?
ですよね。
Yeah, man, sure, that's fine.
おっとここでリーチ。
プレイヤー行くのかな。
果たしてここから追いつけるのでしょうか。ここはカンチャンを払っていきました。
I can cut exactly one safe tile. Okay, cool.
これは思わぬ失点。
運は
1, 4.
出ていくものなんです。
Yeah.
リーチドラ3番
Richinomi is for the
こ
weak.
れは嘘。プレイヤーは親です。
Real flow lords just flip the
こ
Dora.
の行方はまだまだわかりませんよ。
果たしてこの曲を制することができるのでしょうか。
Gross.
プレイヤーこれでリャンシャン点です。
ここから何を引いてくるか注目ですよね。
Hey, if I put a weighty enough emphasis on the fact that I have to think about what to discard, do you think they'll know that I'm advancing my hand? Asking for a friend. By the way.
プレイヤーまだ
It's about my friend, not me.
狙える点差です。さあこの範囲に
時短装填。
ここで仕掛けていく。
これでだいぶ楽。
おっとここで
I definitely had too many entangled pairs for that to actually be a defensible call, huh?
つけるのでしょうか。
Now this is
ナンは
terrible.
ションパイなのでとりあえず様子
I don't
見
trust
ですかね
South here.
合わせて動き出した。
This is fine. Flow is absolutely pseudoscience, and everyone we know that reads Flowbook 1 becomes worse at mahjong permanently and overnight.
軽快なつま上がり。
But, like,
うまく打たれてしまいました。
it is extremely funny to pretend to believe that Flow is real.
リーズモドラ
第1曲ドラはペイ。プレイヤーはシャーチャです。
Awaken your mahjong power!
注目ですよね。
一体どんな戦いとなるのでしょう
If
か。
it were me, I would have called and changed everything.
さあこの範囲に反応するか。ここはスルー。プレイヤーこれで一歩前進。
ここからが
It's like,
腕の見せ所ですよね。
Why do people with college degrees play the lottery? And the answer is that it's fun to believe.
一体この点差がこの後どう変わっていくの
A more
か。
complete
プレイヤー
translation
これで
fairly
リャンシャン点です。
really?
さあこの範囲はどうする。
時短装填。
ここで仕掛けていく。
If I go to a repo right now, the Twitch cop's gonna murder me. Yeah, that's definitely not something that I would need on my stream, nor is that.
プレイヤー
We're gonna con.
ここでカン。シンドラは
We're
3
gonna
ピン。
cheat. Gonna throw center tiles, mahjong strategy guides, and books. Sanma Book 1! Jesus Christ.
あーっとここでおやり。
プレイヤー行くのかな。
果たしてここから追いつけるのでしょうか。
これは訓
7?
練の現物ですよね。
Oh shit. You guys have like beef. That's great.
天敗。
I do sort of want to pivot this, but that is not the way to do it. I'm just gonna stay in.
対面軽快なつま上がり。
連チャンですよ、連チャン。
Okay.
リーズモドラ
第1曲一本馬ドラはトン。プレイヤーはシャーチャです。 最初にプレイヤーのハイパイはどうでしょうか。
ちょっときついな。国士に行くか迷いますね。
さあここからどう打ち回していくのでしょうか。さあこの範囲にここは
I clicked on Sanma Book 1, and in like the first page, it's like, you make 1/3 of all decisions in Sanma as opposed to 1/4 of all decisions in
どう
Yeonma,
するここも我慢
which means that when you lose points, it's your own fucking
プレイヤ
fault.
ー
And I'm
これで
like,
一歩前進。プレイヤーここは仕掛ける
Is
か
that
ここでも仕掛けない。
fucking
これは
true?
先ほど切ったはい。
It's a nice thing to believe. It sounds very exciting.
プレイヤーの抑え込みが来ました。
おやりなんでね、注意が必要ですね。
果たしてここをしのげるのか。
これはトイメンの現物ですよね。
I definitely sort of feel like I'm bleeding. Like,
これは華麗な打ち
this
返し。
extremely unconfident second.
引っ張っていった。
お、通った。
Okay.
トイメンこれは強烈なつも上がり。
ほら、もう上がっちゃったんだ。
リーズモトン初ドラサンパネマン
This isn't gonna end the game anytime soon, but this is very funny.
プレイヤーはシャーチャです。最初にプレイヤー
Yeah,
の
fuck, this is 151 pages.
早い順目でいけそう。
This is a lot.
一体どんな結末となるのでしょうか。ここはスルー。
Just get rid of it. I'm not gonna worry about that. It's fine.
ストレートに弾けるかな。
I do wonder about, like, people who are picking steady rate in Mahjong Fight Girl.
序盤から手
Like,
が進まない。
You don't gain any points for that past a certain point. Like, you're literally playing for +4-0, like, +2-0 -1 -2 at some point, compared to like +30 for a first, even without premium. I just don't understand the style of Mahjong at
気
all.
がしますよね。
トイメンここはプレイヤーの現物を切っていった。トイメンプレイヤーのリーチに対応しています。
Alright, so obviously it's time to get first Tenpai and then deal into something that is completely beyond my comprehension. Fucking Titanic running into an iceberg-ass game flow.
場に
I'm trying really hard to stay focused on Sanma. It's difficult. Am I doing good?
トイメン筋は通ると。
I started reading a book in the middle of South 1.
フィニッシュであります。
It's a pen guide by hand.
見事。もう何も言うことなし。
Easy street. Okay.
リーチ。いつもドラさん。
Just build your hands with the Redora potential and then just hit every time. It's fine.
南2曲ドラはトンプレイヤーはなんちゃです。プレイヤー全曲は大きい上がりを決めています。それでは対局の模様に注目してみましょう。
This is a flush hand, right? Only a fucking lunatic would turn this, would force this. It's 9 tiles.
ここはドラを持ってきた。
Okay.
トイメンいきなり仕掛けていった。プレイヤ
How about this one?
ーこれでリャンシャンテンです。
ソーズの形がいいですね。
さあこの範囲に半
時短装填
合わせて動き出した。
Well, now it's whatever the fuck it decides it wants to be.
トイメン
And I do have some theories on that front.
プレイヤーツモ版が来ない。
That could potentially be kind of bad up
ピ
there.
ンズは伸びないと見たのか。
トイメン
Okay.
またもピンズを仕掛けた。ここでおやり。
プレイヤー行く。
プレイヤーテンパイ
It's fine.
ほら、もう上がっちゃったんだ。
トップ争いが
No, or, okay.
リーチ一発三安万安
Sananko.
南2曲
I'm not out of the woods yet, eh? I can't even
プレイヤ
fucking
ーはなんちゃです。
cash my check for second place.
プレイヤーのハイパイはどうでしょうか。
統一が4組ありますね。チー統一狙うかな。
果たしてこの曲を制することができるのでしょうか。
So, 5 pairs. Maybe cut the 7 pin? Fucking idiot. Cut the 4 pin. Leave edge tiles in your 5 pair hand. Look at your tiles before you discard.
絞るかな。
Okay.
一体この点差がこの後どう変わっていくのか。さあこの範囲にここは
There's something special about just sitting around waiting for Chitoy to progress. It's almost meditative.
トイメンソースを連打。ここで仕掛けていく。さあ持ってきた。
当たって砕きました。
It's fine.
トイメンここはプレイヤーの現物を切っていった。
I don't know that anybody throws the north in this situation, but
指示は通ると判断して
luckily I don't need to rely on others to win. I simply fucking draw the tile with my own power.
トイメンプレイヤーのリーチに対応しています。
Surely.
プレイヤー上がりきることはできるか。神茶ドラがかぶってしまった。
Hey, if I advance the dealer turn, that's a win for me.
トイメンドラがかぶってしまった。
Now have every KKD medal in Sanma is on stream. I win forever.
神茶から
I'm glad you've been enjoying Ring Racers.
神茶これは思わず
You got to fucking Honitsu temple. Oh, there's my norths. I see.
南3曲ドラはパーピンプレイヤーは親です。この試合もいよいよオーラスとなりました。
プレイヤー最後に見せ場
Okay, these are some fucking shapes.
さあ勝つのは
For
一
sure.
体どのプレイヤーか。プレイヤー早くもリャンシャンテン。
ここからが腕の見せ所ですよね。
Okay. Didn't perceive the invisible Honitsu. My bad, really, when it comes down to it.
ここはスルー。
ああ
Fine.
ソーズは伸びないと見たのか。
一体この点差がこの後どう変わっていくのか。
はいはいピンズが伸びると見たんですね。
I don't think this is the way to do this. I have some misgivings about the approach that I've chosen here today.
プレイヤー
But also consider the following. It's obviously
神茶
Daisangen all honors.
シンドラは三蔵。
That's quite a lot of Dora.
ここはペンチャンを払っていきました。神茶
I'm in danger.
ここは一歩後退。トイメンソース。
Oh! Oh! I'm doing it!
さあこの辺に反応するか。合わせて動き出した。
I'm doing it right now!
誰が上がりを勝ち取ることになるのか。
Oh no.
ダメ押しです。
プレイヤーここでカン。シンドラは数ピン。プレイヤーイーシャンテン。
ストレートに引けるかな。
This Tenpai is weak. It will not survive the winner.
場を制するのは一体誰なのか。
Think very carefully about where you want to be right now.
ハツはギリギリまで絞るのかな。ハツは安牌ですか。
I don't think so. But it sure does feel great to make that guy sweat. Yeah, get me out of here. Okay, did everybody get a little bit of circulation going from that game? How are we feeling? It would have been way funnier if I had taken the East Con, you're absolutely right. Wow, I scored plus or minus 0, I'm just like Saki. That's how that works, right? Alright. I've got some leftover fried rice with my name on it, and a shit ranking in Sanma still, and 60 fewer MJ chips. You owe me. Okay, everybody breathe out. See you guys another time. Bye. Race car takes flight and jumps a fence.